Good evening. Welcome to Focus with Tim Thomas. I'm your host, Tim Thomas, and we're bringing you another edition of the Hopkins County Regional Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. We're glad you've joined us for this segment. Joining me is my good friend, Bill McReynolds, and he has been with us before, and glad you're back.
Glad to be here.
He's the owner of LegalShield here in the city of Madisonville.
That is correct.
Yes. Bill, welcome back, my friend.
Well, thank you for having me back.
Glad to have you. LegalShield, I remember when it first came into fruition, and to see where it has grown to now, really been a blessing. Really been a blessing.
Yes.
Kind of give us some history.
Well, I actually got started with LegalShield back in right around the year 2000. And, I've just worked on growing my business ever since then, and we moved into the downtown area in downtown Madisonville back in 2009, and we've been there ever since.
That's great. And as I said, it has really grown and flourished.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about what LegalShield is.
Well, I'm glad you asked. At LegalShield, on the legal side, we specialize in top-rated attorneys. We make top-rated attorneys affordable. You know how you have the bottom 10%, they have access to legal aid and public defender, and then you have that upper 10%, which may be considered the rich or the wealthy, but that middle 80%, people who actually work every day for a living can't really afford a top-rated attorney. So we make top-rated attorneys affordable. And we also have an identity theft product called ID Shield. And it is the most comprehensive identity theft protection in the United States.
Wow.
So it's pretty powerful.
It is. In this local area, how many LegalShields is it?
You mean as far as entities, or?
Yes.
Probably about 4 or 5 in Western Kentucky. And I'm probably the most long-standing of all of those. And
Just FYI.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That means that something is being done right. People are catching on of the importance of LegalShield. Right.
It's very important. And most people they don't know what they don't know. And a lot of people wonder, well, they might see the sign LegalShield on the outside of the building, but they really don't know what we do. And that's why we like to educate and share information with people so they can learn about just exactly what our products are, because it can make a world of difference in a person's life.
In short, what can one get from LegalShield?
Well, there's no legal concern or situation that we couldn't help you with. We have almost over 6,000 attorneys in 50 states and 4 provinces in Canada. So basically you have an attorney in every state. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. There's 3 things for sure. That's taxes, death, and trouble. And the first 2 things, that's inevitable. I mean, we can't do anything about that, but when it comes to trouble, we can help you with that. And that's what we do. When you put our LegalShield and the ID Shield together, what that does, it puts a complete shield of protection around you and everyone in your entire household. So that's pretty unique. It
really is.
Yeah.
And we were talking before we started that you're out in the field quite a bit.
Yes.
Tell us how that's going.
Well, that's going great. You get to meet a lot of new people, which is a good thing. We offer a small business legal plan that helps protect and grow small businesses, because a person can walk into a small business and anything can happen.
Sure.
You see where they pour the milk on the floor, and so a business owner needs to protect their best interests as well. And we have a very also affordable small business plan for small business owners.
That is an important fact, right? Because a lot of people don't even realize that's in a business the importance of having that legal protection.
Right. And not only that, when you look at, they can have contracts and documents reviewed. You need to always run everything by your attorney anyway. And you may recall the old show Dallas. You know what J.R. Ewing used to say? I want my attorney to look at that.
That's right.
And that just makes sense.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
It really does. And you're located where?
I'm located in the heart of downtown Madisonville at 10 North Main Street in downtown Madisonville, and you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. Right there, up from Furrows,
Right.
across the street from Furrows.
Right.
Yeah. So we encourage you to come in
Well,
and learn more about this. And we're going to put your phone number, all the information that you need, because we want you to get in touch with Mr. Bill and learn more about this.
right. There's a lot to learn, but it's easy to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how would you encourage our listening audience to really wrap their minds around the importance of legal aspects? Because we live in a time now when there's so many things going on, not only in our school system, but just in our communities as a whole. And the importance of making sure you have some legal advice and some legal protection is so important.
Well, everything we do is legal in nature. And, you know, just to be able to pick up the phone and speak with an attorney about any legal matter or concern and not have to worry about getting a bill for that, that takes a lot of pressure off of whoever that person might be. And, you know, I think on the identity theft side, I think that's the biggest or the number one crime in the United States is identity theft. So if you lose your social security number, you could be in trouble. And we're around the clock 24/7. It's not, we don't have where you can just only call during regular business hours. You can call 24/7 in case of an emergency. And let's face it, that's when a lot of things happen is, you know, after hours or on the weekend when you can't reach anybody. So it doesn't matter whether it's a car accident you might have or, you know, your neighbor's throwing trash on your lawn. Always find out what your rights are, because if you don't know your rights, you don't have any.
Right. That's a great assumption, and that's really good. That's right. So you really need to know what's going on
Exactly.
to be involved.
Yes, you do.
You're going throughout the outside the community, encouraging people to be a part of LegalShield, and it's catching on.
Yes.
And it's working. How has your success rate been so far?
Well, we already know that based on market research that if we have 10 people in front of us, 6 are interested. So that means success is almost inevitable, you know. And, you know, it's a lot of it is just educating people, making them understand how our product can benefit them. They just don't have a clue until they actually get informed about it. And most people, I mean, if you can imagine, well, attorneys are most of our attorneys, 95% are AV rated, which is the highest rating an attorney can get. Only about 18% of attorneys and law firms get that rating every year. So we're proud to say that those are the only kind of attorneys we look at. There's about 26 areas of specialization in law, and we specialize in all 26. So when you call, if you need a tax attorney, you're not going to get a divorce lawyer. You get an attorney who specializes in what you need that attorney for. And one other thing I like to add there is, you know, attorneys are human just like we are, but should you ever have a bad experience with an attorney, you can report that attorney to LegalShield, and they will investigate that within 24 to 48 hours and find out what happened, because we don't have time for an attorney to bring us any bad image at all.
Yes.
So we take that very serious. Very serious.
Wow, that's a key point, and that is good, because we live in a world of everything done fast.
Right.
Done, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So when you have that type of business that will reach out and take care of getting you information quickly, that's really good.
Right, and you know, we have everything on an app that's on your phone now, so we call it Tap the App. You can just pull out your phone, hit call my attorney, and bingo, you're right there. And again, that's even at 3 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't matter. We have attorneys on standby 24/7. So it's really pretty unique. And the same thing goes for on the ID Shield side. You know, if you have an issue, maybe somebody's hacked your computer, whatever the case may be.
Sure.
So it's good to know that you have that complete shield of protection around you.
Right, right. Bill, anything you want to leave with our listening audience to share?
Well, I would just like to say, you know, don't think that we can't compete with the big boys, because we're bigger than the big boys in most cases. And as I said a few minutes ago, we have attorneys coast to coast, top-rated attorneys. They get paid whether you call those attorneys or not. So we encourage our members to, you know, call the attorneys for anything. I've used the attorneys for so many different things over the years that I've gotten resolved, whereas I would have had to have paid a lot of money out of pocket just to have a meeting with an attorney anywhere else. So don't take it for granted, because we are the real thing, and people don't know what they don't know, and it's just wise to know what's out there before you spend too much money that you could have used otherwise.
So we encourage you to take heed to that information. I think it'll do you some good. It'll definitely do you some good. But as we said, we're going to put the information, contact information for Mr. McReynolds and LegalShield, and we encourage you to take advantage of this unique opportunity that others, not only in the community but in our region, are taking advantage of. Don't be left out.
Right.
Be a part of it. And Bill, certainly glad you've joined us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
And we want you to come back anytime and share with us. And let me take time to thank you for your community work.
Well, thank you.
That you do. And we're always here to support, and we appreciate you. And that's what it's all about, working together.
That's right.
For the betterment of people.
Exactly.
In our community. We've been joined by Mr. Bill McReynolds, who is the CEO, President of LegalShield, here in the city of Madisonville, Kentucky, still the best town on earth. We hope you joined us for another edition of our program. Again, for the Hopkins County Regional Chamber of Commerce, thank you for joining us. By all means, keep sharing the dream.